Did you just come back from a holiday? Got the post-holiday blues? Or have you felt a bit depresso after one? Don't fret, it's normal, and I got a bad case of it after returning from my recent holiday. All I wanted to do for the first few days I was back from holiday was just to go back to the holiday I just came back from. I'm going to briefly talk about what I did after coming back from my holiday and some steps on how to cure your post-holiday blues. So we returned home a bit before 6 p.m. By the time our flight was over, we changed time zones, left the airport, got a shuttle bus back to the car park, filled up fuel, got out of Melbourne traffic. Most of the day was over. I started just by watching Jimmy Neutron. For some reason lately I've been binging that show. I watched it during some car drives whilst on holiday, so in a way it took me back to the holiday. I then dumped all my holiday photos into a folder and just started looking through them. I tried getting back into my usual YouTube and diet grind, but nope, I could not be bothered. I felt a little worried too, to be honest. Have I lost my desire to make YouTube videos? I came all this way with my channel and now am I going to just abandon it since I lost my groove? I'll give it a few days. Now naturally, after coming back from a holiday, I was super tired. It was super tempting to take a nap, but that would destroy the sleep pattern even further. I had to force myself to stay awake so I could sleep at a usual time. So the night after returning, I just spent it reminiscing, eating and not doing YouTube and just watching Jimmy Neutron. Now guess what time I woke up the next day? 4 a.m. Yep, so 4 a.m. Victoria time is 7 a.m. West Australia time, which was even later than what I was waking up during the holiday. So I got up for a bit, watched the Jimmy Neutron movie expecting to fall back asleep, but nope, I was still awake even at 7 a.m. So the task for my full day before going back to reality was go to Officeworks and pick up a new frame for my official CPA document that arrived literally the day before we left, so I had to get this framed. No chance was I going to let this get damaged, unlike my high school graduation document, which has been ruined, rip. Get hungry jacks, need more comfort food, deposit $400 I received as a gift from two of my aunties whilst on holiday, go to the post office and pick up a parcel, which turned out to be a graduation ring. I'll talk about that later. Then visit my wagey job and do some shopping. Had a brief chat with my direct line manager about work, then go home. So once I'm home, I decide to frame my CPA certificate. For some reason, the size isn't quite A3. Why? What purpose would CPA have to not make your certificate as an exact A3 size? Maybe so people can have a custom frame? Who cares about that? Now it just looks semi-jank. Whatever, I framed it, and I also bought another A4 frame. The original purpose was for my other CPA note, but now I just framed that behind my CPA cert and used that A4 frame for my high school certificate. After realizing that my high school document had been totally wrecked, it was all curled up, squished behind some stuff, and full of dust. Next, I opened my package and tried on my new ring. So a tradition of mine, even though it's only happened 4 times, is getting a ring after graduating something. So when I got my bachelor's in accounting, some stall at the uni graduation ceremony sold custom rings to commemorate your graduation. I'm pretty much the only person I know who actually got one of these rings. Everyone else I spoke to was like, nah, it's too expensive. And I'm like, yes, it is expensive, but it's a miracle I even graduated, so YOLO. When I graduated again a year later with my graduate certificate in Artificial Intelligence for Business, I saw that same stall and I'm like, yeah, sure, let's get another one to celebrate my next graduation. After that, I realized, hey, I should get one for my Cert 4 in fitness. So for a while, I had 3. And now, after graduating my CPA, it's time for ring 4, which just arrived. It's pretty obnoxious to just wear all 4 rings out in public, but I guess it could also be a nice talking point. It's not like it's unusual for men to wear jewelry in public anyway. Could be a cool icebreaker. Hey, what are those unusually large and unusually colorful rings from? Oh, custom made for graduating / my studies. Oh, what do you study? Boom, conversation started. So once I spent enough time being a douche and basking in my accomplishments, I had a nap. It was 2 hours. So that's great. Now there's no chance I'd fix my sleep pattern tonight. But after waking up, the post-holiday blues are still there. So if I'm not at work, and I'm not at gym, and I CBF doing YouTube, and the stock market is closed, how can I help get back into the swing of things? Well, I can't. I need more time. But what better way to spend your time when you're feeling a bit lost than cleaning your room? So the whole afternoon I cleaned my room. I put a heap of old clothes back in cardboard boxes, freed up so much more space. I don't know how to explain it, but my room feels way more cozy now, so I guess that was a good way to ignore the post-holiday blues. I don't really know how to elaborate on it, but it's almost like there's a huge change. A change is as good as a holiday. Just had a holiday. What about another change? Well, now my room is changed. It almost feels like a new room. Sounds weird, but I enjoy going to my room now. Not that I didn't before, but prior to that, I'd have to step over all this mess, and my desk was a mess, and I knew where nothing was. Now everything is just way more tidy. Good way to spend my afternoon trying to ignore the post-holiday blues. Now, I can't remember what I did at night, but it certainly wasn't any more YouTube. But to no one's surprise, I ended up going to bed super late. Thanks, sleep pattern. So first day back in reality, Thursday, back to the office, and I had my gym stuff packed for after work to get settled into the usual routine. There was heaps of stuff to do back at work. So many unreconciled transactions and unread emails mainly. I had a lot of reports that I fixed up before I went on holiday, so if I didn't do that, my workload would have been more hectic. So being back at work helped ease me back into reality. But during the day, I got an email from my home builder asking me to send a picture of my land so they could confirm there's no mess so they can start building the following week. So that's what I did instead of going back to the gym that night. I guess going back to my land helped me sort of ease back into the routine. That night, I started writing the script for the Perth holiday video, so I guess that was sort of easing back into the YouTube thing. Friday comes around, another busy day at the office, and that night I had a quick gym sesh to ease back into the swing of things, although I spent half an hour in the gym chatting to one of my gym mates. So basically, it was a glorified social event. And then Saturday rocks up, I'm back at the wagey job, I have gym that night, and now I'm back into the swing of things. So after a few days, my post-holiday blues were over. Sometimes it takes a lot longer to get over it. It helps I was only gone for basically a week. It likely takes way longer to get over it if your holiday was way longer. The combination of a few days back into the usual routine and having a lot on my plate really helps remove the post-holiday blues and helps you get back into the swing of things. Also, at the time of writing, I'm currently dealing with some scam that happened with my account. Down $197. Hopefully the bank can refund/dispute the transaction, but we'll see. As annoying as this is, I guess it helps take my mind off the holiday. So, as for tips to help you overcome the holiday blues, here's what's worked for me. 1. Give it a few days. Duh. But when you get back, you can find yourself really pondering over what to do and how to get back into the swing of things. Even if you don't get back into your usual routine for the first few days, just give it some time and eventually the post-holiday blues get a lot better. 2. Get back into your usual routine. Another duh, but for work I found myself dreading going back the first few days, and I also could not be bothered with the gym. Same with YouTube and stonks, but just start slowly reintroducing that back into your routine. Don't jump straight back into a 1.5 hour gym session, just go for even 30 minutes. Once you've had a few light sessions under your belt, you'll get that mojo back. Same goes with work to an extent. Although if you're like me, you've got a contract for a full day's worth of work, you can't just go back for a half day. I guess you could negotiate something with your boss or even book a half day of work shortly once you get back to help you ease into things rather than being thrust right back into it like I was. Even so, after a few days at work, you'll slip back into your usual groove. 3. Allow time to reminisce, another obvious one, but it really helps. Just take the time to go through your videos/images and reflect on your holiday experiences, and maybe even make a slideshow of the holiday or a video about your holiday, just like I did. It really helps wrap up the holiday in a way. Even talk about it with friends if that's an option. That helped me a bit, although the other points were way more helpful in my opinion. And 4. Create a new to-do list. This could come under idea 2, but for me, I had a new list of tasks to do once I got back. Basically, it was specific YouTube videos I wanted done, and certain extra study, which I had already planned on doing in 2025, but I laid out a plan. Get these specific YouTube videos done first, then work on those other tasks, and then worry about other YouTube videos later. It helps keep your mind busy and gives you something to work towards, rather than your mind being occupied about the holiday you just went on and wandering aimlessly once you're back from a holiday. So that'll do it. That's what I did after coming back from my holiday that helped me get back into the swing of things, and I used these 4 tips to help cure my post-holiday blues. I do miss that holiday, but it's good to be back. Thanks for watching. That is all.